Imagine discovering that the companion you trust the most, the one you've shared your home, your heart, and even your bed with, harbored a shocking secret, one that could have cost you everything. Gosh, that's the heart-stopping realization Cassandra faced, and today we're diving deep into this extraordinary tale that's both chilling and heartbreaking. But before we begin, make sure you subscribe to this channel for more gripping, thought-provoking stories that keep you hooked from start to finish. And don't forget to hit that like button to help us bring you even more amazing content. Now, let's unravel this incredible story. Cassandra was no stranger to living life on her own terms. In the picturesque coastal town of Bar Harbor, she was known as the friendly but reclusive woman with a peculiar pet, Reggie, her massive python. While the town buzzed with chatter about her unusual choice of companion, Cassandra was unfazed. To her, Reggie wasn't just a pet, he was family. When Cassandra had adopted Reggie from an exotic pet rescue, he had been abandoned and neglected, a shadow of the proud predator he once was. She took him in, determined to give him the love and care he deserved. Over time, they developed a bond that Cassandra cherished deeply. She would talk to him about her day, stroke his smooth scales, and even swear he understood her in some uncanny way. Her neighbors, however, weren't as enamored. They exchanged wary glances whenever she walked by with Reggie draped over her shoulders. "It's not safe," they would whisper, shaking their heads. "Snakes can't be trusted." But Cassandra dismissed their concerns. To her, Reggie was gentle, loyal, and misunderstood. Over the years, Reggie became her constant companion. Unlike the noisy, high-maintenance pets her neighbors owned, Reggie was quiet and low-maintenance. His presence brought her comfort, especially on lonely nights when the world felt overwhelming. She began to let him out of his vivarium more often, allowing him to explore her home freely. But Cassandra wanted to deepen their bond. Inspired by stories of people forming close connections with their animals, she decided to let Reggie sleep in her bed. Why not, she thought. He's harmless. Night after night, Reggie would coil around her, his body a living, breathing blanket. His rhythmic breathing became her lullaby, lulling her into peaceful slumber. At first it felt magical. Cassandra believed they had reached a level of trust few could understand, but soon, subtle changes in Reggie's behavior began to surface. It started with his appetite. Reggie, who once eagerly devoured his meals, began refusing food. Cassandra offered him fresh chicken, rabbit, his favorites, but he turned away every time. Days turned into weeks and her concern grew. She tried researching online, wondering if he was sick or stressed, but nothing seemed to explain his sudden disinterest in eating. Then there was his behavior. Reggie, once content to roam his vivarium or curl up in his favorite corner of the room, began spending more time stretched out beside her. He would position himself lengthwise along her body, his head resting near hers, his tail extending to her feet. Cassandra found it endearing, a sign of their closeness. Little did she know, this behavior held a far more sinister meaning. One morning, Cassandra woke to find Reggie unusually restless. He hadn't moved from her bed all night, and when she tried to guide him back to his vivarium, he resisted, his body tense and unyielding. For the first time, a flicker of unease crept into her mind. Was he unwell? Was something wrong? Unable to shake her worry, Cassandra decided it was time to seek professional help. She made an appointment with Dr. Hansen, the local vet renowned for his expertise with exotic animals. Loading Reggie into his travel crate, she couldn't shake the feeling that something was terribly amiss. At the clinic, Dr. Hansen greeted her warmly, though his eyebrows shot up when he saw Reggie's size. "My, he's a big one," he remarked, nodding approvingly. Cassandra explained Reggie's recent behavior, her voice tinged with worry. "He hasn't eaten in weeks, and he's been acting different," she said. Dr. Hansen listened intently before suggesting a full examination, including an ultrasound. "Let's see if there's anything going on internally," he said, leading them into the exam room. Cassandra watched nervously as the vet worked, his expression growing more serious with each passing moment. When he finally turned to her, his face was grave. "Cassandra," he began, "there's something unusual here." Dr. Hansen pointed to the ultrasound screen, showing Cassandra the empty expanse of Reggie's stomach. "His stomach is completely empty," he explained. "For a snake of his size, this is highly unusual. He should have eaten weeks ago." Cassandra frowned, confused. "I've been offering him food, but he won't take it. What could this mean?" The vet hesitated, then asked a question that sent a chill down her spine. "Does Reggie stretch out alongside you at night?" Cassandra nodded. Unsure of where this was going. "Well, yes, he always does. It's how we bond." Dr. Hansen's next words hit her like a thunderclap. "Cassandra, I believe Reggie has been sizing you up." Her mind raced, trying to process what she had just heard. "Sizing me up? What do you mean?" Dr. Hansen took a deep breath. "Pythons are opportunistic hunters. When they prepare for a large meal, they often fast to make room in their stomachs. By stretching out alongside you, Reggie may have been calculating whether he could consume you." The room spun as Cassandra struggled to comprehend. The thought that her beloved pet, the creature she trusted implicitly, could see her as prey was too horrifying to accept. "No," she whispered, "that's not possible. He loves me. He would never hurt me." Dr. Hansen's eyes softened with sympathy, but his voice remained firm. "I know this is hard to hear, but Reggie is still a wild animal. His instincts are powerful, and they can't be overridden by affection. I urge you to take this seriously." Cassandra left the clinic in a daze, her mind a whirlwind of disbelief, fear, and heartache. How could this be true? Reggie had been her confidant, her protector. The idea that he could be preparing to harm her felt like a betrayal. That night, unable to sleep, Cassandra decided to test Dr. Hansen's theory. She placed a life-sized mannequin in her bed, dressing it in her clothes to mimic her scent. Then she hid in the corner of the room, her heart pounding as she watched Reggie slither onto the bed. What she saw confirmed her worst fears. Reggie coiled around the mannequin, tightening his grip until the plastic cracked under the pressure. Cassandra stifled a sob, tears streaming down her face as the truth became undeniable. Dr. Hansen had been right. Reggie wasn't protecting her. He was preparing for her. The next morning, with a heavy heart, Cassandra contacted the exotic pet rescue. When they arrived to take Reggie, She fought back tears, stroking his scales one last time. "I'll always love you," she whispered, "but I can't risk either of our lives." As a rescue team drove away, Cassandra felt a mix of grief and relief. She had lost a companion, but she had also reclaimed her safety. Over the following weeks, the story spread through Bar Harbor, becoming the talk of the town. Over the following weeks, the story spread through Bar Harbor, becoming the story of the paranormal world of fame. By 1997, it contained 75 true brave souls, and almost all of them. Determined to channel her love for animals into something positive, she began volunteering at the Exotic Pet Rescue. It was there that she met Cammie, a vibrant chameleon with a feisty personality. Though nothing could replace Reggie, Cammie brought joy and companionship back into Cassandra's life. Through it all, Cassandra learned an invaluable lesson about love, trust, and the delicate balance between human and animal instincts. Her bond with Reggie would always hold a special place in her heart, but she now understood the importance of respecting the natural instincts of the creatures we hold dear. And so, Cassandra's story transformed from one of heartbreak to one of resilience, growth, and hope. A reminder of the profound connections we can share with animals and the responsibility that comes with it. If this story resonated with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for joining us on this journey, and we'll see you in the next story.